Hey Ashley,
Hi, Marlon Millionaire. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm good.
Your show and platform is amazing. Just want to say that first and
Oh,
foremost.
thank you so much. Thank you. Marlon, are you here for the dating show this evening?
Of course.
Okay, so we know your name is Marlon. How old are you? Where are you located? And what do you do for a living?
34. I was a news anchor for NBC and ABC in Fargo, North Dakota. Now I'm just doing podcasting and things of that nature, techie stuff.
Okay, techie stuff. So you work from home, I'm assuming?
Yes, I do.
Okay, do you have any children?
No kids.
Would you date a woman with children?
I have to say no. I've done it, been there, done that. I can't do it again.
Okay, how old are you again, Marlon?
34.
34. Okay. All right. So can you tell me what is your dream woman? If you can conjure her up in your mind, who would she be and don't describe her looks?
Ambitious, kind, um, and just overall like I have a tenacity about her, like a oomph, like I don't want someone who's like not cultured or not traveled or I'm very well versed in a lot of things. And so I need someone to keep up with me intellectually, like someone who has a lot of intellect.
Okay. All right. And does she have to look a certain way? What does she have to look like?
Um, I really like Meagan Good, like a Meagan Good kind of girl.
Okay, a Meagan Good kind of girl. And does she have to make a certain amount of money per year?
Well, I make about 60, so around there, 60, 50. I'm not
Marlon, you
particular.
almost fooled us now. Your name is Marlon Millionaire.
Well, yeah, that's my moniker from my podcast from
Oh, okay,
when I was
okay.
in school. I aspire to be a millionaire. I'm on my way. So, you know, investment properties, things of that nature. So it's coming. It's there.
No way. Okay. And do you fully provide for the woman that you're with?
I provide.
Okay, you provide. What are three deal breakers for you?
Um, Ratchetness, lack of ambition. Like you have to be ambitious. Like that's my number one deal breaker. Like we can't do anything if you don't have any what's the word? If you don't have a drive, if you don't have drive, I can't be with you at all.
Okay. And the third one? Third deal breaker?
Hygiene, like you gotta have them scents, them Baccarats. Yeah, I like my woman
Oh,
very.
excuse me, Baccarat.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So she has to smell and look expensive.
Cause I do it too. I'm just dressed down right now because it's Monday, but like, and I haven't had a haircut yet. So yeah, I clean up well.
All right, all right. Can you give us one reason why you think you are single?
I was very picky in my 20s, super picky, and it brought me to the single mom club. Like I'm not Mr. Save Up, but like I'm Haitian. I grew up in a Haitian household, so two-parent household. My parents have been married for 36 years. That's all I know. And so when I used to frequent these Haitian churches, that's just what was out there. Like, the type of woman that I wanted, but she had a kid. So I played father twice, and it's like I can't do it again because I want my own. And I feel like I've wasted my 20s, not wasted, but like squandered. And I need to make the right executive moves coming up this year. I'm about to be 35 with no kids. Like that's sad to me. Like it's disheartening that I want to be a father figure and have my own child, and I've done so much for other people.
And Mr. Marlon, what do you say to the women who say, hey, Mr. Marlon, women outnumber men. So you guys have far more options than women do. What would you say to that? Because, I think men do have so many options and so many different skin tones, backgrounds, colors, ethnicities, jobs, all of the things. What do you say to that, Mr. Marlon?
You just have to find the right person. Yeah, there's outnumbered population of women, but like the pool is not it's not pooling. I've been out in the dating world for, most of my life, and it's just like I want to find the right person, and I need to be not strategic, but like I need to be more mindful of who I've let in at this point. Like I'm not playing any more games.
Okay, all right. And I am seeing a lot of comments in the chat. If you can address this, if you want. They're saying that you posted a woman 23 hours ago on your page. I'm not sure. Is that a girlfriend? Is that an ex?
If they,
Uh-oh.
if they were to look at the video, it says I get lost in reminiscing. So yeah,
Oh, that was an ex.
it was an ex.
Maybe ask what happened and why that ended.
Distance. I came to Fargo and she was in Iowa, and the long distance just it ruined the relationship.
And I guess she didn't want to move to you.
She
She
didn't
didn't
want to.
want to.
She didn't want to come to the cold.
Oh, okay. So that was the only reason because it was cold? Wow.
I mean, there's more to it. She had an established accounting firm where she was at, and like she's just not going to up. And she had a clientele, so it's like I understood. You have to compromise. So it's just, we outgrew each other. I was on the path of TV stardom, and she was doing her accounting firm. So
Well, I guess I'm gonna ask you. I asked the last young lady, what type of men does she attract? What type of woman do you typically go for? Because I think we usually go for a certain type, or we always end up with a certain type of person. So, what type of woman would that be for you, Mr. Marlon?
I mean, with the name like Marlon Millionaire and the way that I acted, I got these like money hungry, gold digging Haitian women. So I gotta stick away from that. I gotta be real and tell them like, yeah, my name's Marlon Millionaire, but I'm not at the $1 million mark yet. It's manifesting,
Yes.
and I have paperwork to show that I'm legit, but I don't need to express my wealth to attract someone. And I guess that was what I attracted. I did the wealth thing, and people were like, "Oh, he's got money, so let me run through his pockets." So that's not gonna.
Are you telling them you're
No, it's just like they saw me on TV. They saw the come up. They saw the come up, and they're like, "Let's take advantage of it."
okay?
And I was naive. I was naive to say the least about a couple of things growing up, and I'm not that guy anymore. I'm refined. It's a new year.
Okay, fair enough. I was gonna ask, will you relocate for love? But that was the last question. Will you relocate for love? But
I could. I mean, I work from home, and you know,
wait, so why didn't you didn't want to go to Iowa?
no, that was like 2 years ago. So I mean,
Marlon, 2 years ago?
yeah,
Oh, and you posted her 23 hours ago. Okay, so yeah,
I was
she's the
just
one
going.
who got away, kinda.
She was the one that got away, and I have to admit that. You have to admit like a release. Like I released her with love in that post. Like, I was going through my phone and I was looking at old pictures. I'm like, oh my gosh, look at this. So I released her with love yesterday. Like it's a new year. I'm doing a lot of things in my life to um, counteract all the muck and the mire from the past.
Makes sense. All right, Marlon. Well, thank you. I think you answered all the questions. Where can they find you? Can you spell out your handle? Is it Marlon Millionaire?
It's Marlon Millionaire on TikTok. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Mr. Marlon.
Thank you, Ashley.
Yeah, so crazy. I like Marlon though. I like him. I like Mr. Marlon. Yes, he's smart. He's very smart. Mr. Marlin. Oh, Mr. Marlin. That was quite the story. That was quite the story. Hello, Autumn.
Hey, Miss Ashley, how are you?
Good. It's like a little bit of an echo. Like your mic is there. Is your mic covered?
Is it better?
Yes, that's better. Perfect.
Okay, it was on my desk.
Okay, perfect. All right.
How? Yeah.
I'm good. So your name is Autumn. How old are you? Where are you located? And what do you do for a living?
Okay, so I am located in the Midwest. I'm in Michigan. I just relocated back. So I was in Atlanta for 2 years and I left, and I'm 30. And by trade, I'm a medical assistant, but I have my own marketing business and I'm also an undergrad for my PA degree.
Okay, nice. Do you have any children?
I do not.
Okay, would you date a man with children?
Okay, so now I would, and literally just in 2023 and before, I was like, no. But I've been engaged twice, and I moved back home to the Midwest because I canceled my second engagement.
Why did you cancel your second engagement?
So long story, but it was so I don't like to get into religion. I don't want to get into it here, but I am a very spiritual person. I believe in the Lord.
Mhm.
And when you have discernment, you just know. By this being my second one, I knew what I wanted. And I feel like just because a man proposes to you does not mean you have to say yes. And in the moment, it's like you get put on the spot, and that's what happened. But I we had a lot of stuff to work through. He proposed in front of everyone. My family put on this big proposal, and when you're in the moment, I just said yes. But I knew it wasn't. We weren't ready. And so I finally just stepped out on faith and I was like, I can't go through with this. And this time I was like very clear and I was just in a moment. So I said yes and I was going with the motions, but then I hurried up and was like, no, can't do it.
All right. So can you describe your dream kind of guy? Don't describe his looks.
Okay, so right now, my dream kind of guy, I would say if I'm not describing his looks, it would have to be established, successful, clear on his purpose, knowing where he wants to go in life, confident, being able to lead. Maybe at this point, it's so crazy to say it because I never would have said this before, but he probably will already have children and they're probably older
Okay.
because I don't want to have his children.
So you don't want children at all?
Where I'm at right now in my life, I feel like, and it's not even just where I'm at, but I'm looking at where the world is at. And where the world is at, I feel like until God sits down right beside me and tells me it's time to birth, no. And I'm dirty without children. I thought every guy I dated before I wanted to have children. My first fiance, all this stuff, I was like, oh, I want to have a kid. I'm picturing all this stuff. I'm picturing a family. I'm not having those visions no more, Ashley. I'm not gonna lie to you. So now I want him to already be content in his heart and already have that fulfillment with the children because I feel like I have grown to know myself being 30 this year that I have found fulfillment in other areas than just having children. Don't want to have children right now.
And I would say go older. I would say date older men.
Yeah.
All right. What does he have to look like?
I hate to be so vain, but looks does not fully matter to me as long as he's taller than me. And he has all his teeth. I want him to have nice skin. And I picture a man taller than me. I get up, I go to the gym every day. I want him to at least have a nice physique. I want him to have a nice physique, nice skin, nice teeth, nice hair. But as far as looks, I don't care how you really look as long as like the teeth, the skin, and the height is there. Because I'm 5'1". I don't want you to be like shorter than
So
me.
can he be 5'4"? Is that okay?
No, no, Ashley, I can't. Because at 5'4", when I put my heels on, it's like I'm 5'6", 5'7". I want to look up to you.
Okay. Okay. So
like
no.
5'7".
You want to say 6 feet. Okay, 6 feet.
6 feet, yes. Because even my ex fiance, I mean, he wasn't a bad guy. He was an engineer. Like, he was a nice guy. But I was watching a podcast not too long ago, but it was like nice guys aren't always good guys. They're not always good husbands. They can be nice guys. Nice income, black and white, perfect. But as you start peeling back, you are so nice, but you're not a good husband. You're not a good man. So it's like you can look good and he looked good, had the height on him, had the muscles, but beneath all that, it was nothing. So
It was
yeah.
But okay. Maybe with time you saw that. With time he started to
Yeah.
reveal himself. You're saying, and he wasn't a good man, is what you're saying to you.
Uh,
Maybe. Uh-huh.
well, I'll say he was a nice guy, but not a good husband. I won't say a good man. I don't want to take someone's character away from them because you could still be a good woman or a man, but you're just not made for that person that you're in unionship with at that time. So he could very well be a good man to another woman, but for me, that wasn't for me. So,
And what was that for you? Why wasn't he a good man for you? If you can give us 3 different
um,
reasons why he wasn't
yeah,
a good man
oh,
for
definitely.
you.
So
Hmm.
for me, I'll say the first reason was because he wasn't clear on his purpose. He wasn't clear on where he was going in life. He wasn't confident enough in the Lord. You can't lead me if you have no idea on why you're doing the things you're even doing. So it was just like not a clear purpose, even the career path you chose, because on paper you make over 6 figures. But when I sit down and talk to you and ask you, well, why actually did you choose this career? What made you choose this? Because I can tell you why I'm getting my PA degree. I can tell you very quickly. But if you can't even tell me you're a whole engineer and you don't know why you chose to dedicate this much time of your life to being an engineer as a black man, you're not for me. And that's okay because you may be for someone else, but I want someone that's very clear. So he just wasn't clear on who he was. I was so patient. And as women, we try to mold them, we try to grow them. And I'm like, okay, like you got this. I'm pumping him up, I'm motivating him. Like I'm about to be a PA, you're gonna be this. But it's like in the background, he's still not satisfied with what he chose and
He
what
wasn't
he,
happy being an engineer. So
yeah,
that's what I'm hearing. Like on paper, it looked good, but when he was coming home, maybe he was upset, complaining, like, I don't love my job kind of thing. And
yeah,
you're trying to pour into him and, be more faithful and read the word. And he's like, I don't got time for that kind of thing.
yep.
Is that kind of what
It's like if
happened?
you're unclear on who you are, you can't be clear on where we're going. Period.
So you didn't
Like you
trust
gotta
him
know
to
you
lead
first.
you. You didn't
Yes,
trust him to lead you, is what I'm
yes,
hearing.
yes.
Okay. Are you open to all races?
I am. Yes.
Okay. Not them asking for his at in the comments.
For his
Okay.
what?
But if you don't want him,
Yeah.
sis, we do. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
I feel it. I feel it. Cause like I said, he's a very nice guy, but you just know it's like a plug in a socket. You know if you're the socket for the plug.
How much money does this man need to make per year?
He would need to make at least well over 150. Only because I've dated. I mean, even my first fiance was well over 100. Him being an engineer, he was well over 100. Just in a couple years, I'm gonna be well over 100. So it's like I can't. I've already dealt with like men competing and feeling like, oh, you work with doctors, you work with surgeons
Mhm.
beneath them. So I feel like a man, his confidence is in his money, regardless of what a woman says. So if he knows he's above all the people I'm seeing every day on a day to day, so it's really not even what he can buy me because I can buy that stuff myself. But it's you knowing the type of environment that I'm going into as your woman. You can be confident, like, oh, I'm not worried about it. Because I've dealt with it with every single man. They're like, oh, you work with this every day. Like, and they start feeling insecure. So it's like, just so you can feel confident knowing that I'm not a woman that I do love being a housewife, quote unquote, but I like to be out there in the world. I like to continue to build my education. And by you knowing I'm in these prominent areas, I want you to be comfortable with me going into these
Your
areas.
connection is
So
going
yeah.
in and out just a little bit. Your connection is going in and out a little bit, Autumn. Can you give me one reason why you think you're single?
I'm single now because I just canceled my second engagement like 5 months ago.
Okay.
And now I'm being okay with being single. Like before this, like I took a break. Like before I started dating him, I was single for, what was it? Over a year. And then he came up and I just entertained it and it went a little further and he proposed, we relocated. That's always your next question is usually, will you relocate for love? I did it. I just moved back home like not even 4 months ago. And I'm single because now I just turned 30. I'm rediscovering myself. I'm getting to know myself all over again. Even though I knew myself, I feel like in my 20s, but I gave it to a lot of men in my 20s. So I'm like, now I want to give it to a different type of man in my 30s than in my 20s.
Where can they find you?
So you can find me on here, my TikTok, on Google. I'm Autumn on Purpose. You'll find my blog. I'm a blogger. I'm a lifestyle blogger. So I blog about this stuff, and I also blog about healthcare, and I blog about vitamin deficiencies and depression and mental health. So I really advocate very hard for that for Black women. So I wanted to get into that because I'm gonna be very quick. I don't want to be long-winded because I do talk a lot, but it's only because I'm getting my white coat soon, and I'm gonna be advocating for.
Oh, that's beautiful, Autumn. Thank you so much. And I'm sure they can go on your page, and I'm sure
They
you
can
have like
find it,
recent